Of course, we're still chatting this morning with Josh Kolsrud, attorney here in the Valley. Good to see you, Josh, again. Thank you so much for sticking around.
Thank you.
And hanging out. And I'll throw the mystery camera up in just a brief moment as well once more. Let's chat about the riots that are taking place in Los Angeles. This is, some of the devastation and fires that were taking place with Waymo vehicles and things like that. What happened? How did this whole thing begin?
So this all began last week when you had individuals throwing rocks at ICE vehicles and Border Patrol vehicles as they were speeding down a roadway. It was significant because usually when that happens, you have local law enforcement that will step in and arrest the agitators, and that didn't happen here. And because there was really no law enforcement presence, it just expanded and it got worse. And it got worse to the extent where you saw the vehicle fires to the Waymo vehicles. You also saw destruction to different storefronts in that area. And then, you had President Trump do something that hasn't been done in over 60 years, which is take control over the California National Guard without a governor actually inviting a president to do that.
So it started with, trying to, I guess, scoop up a lot of illegal immigrants. And do we know why these people were chosen in particular, or why these particular locations were chosen?
Well, the Trump administration hasn't given details about who they were targeting for arrest. But generally speaking, ICE has been stepping up efforts to do roundups, so to speak, where there are, allegedly, people here illegally, and, they are really taking, a no-holds-barred approach, and, is sometimes getting into trouble by arresting people that, aren't here illegally.
Right.
So, that is certainly part of the entire equation here.
It is pretty wild. Somebody mentioned on social media yesterday, I think I was on X last night, and somebody said, as a child, they watched everything with Rodney King. As a young adult, they watched George Floyd's situation. And now as a new mother, she said she was watching this whole thing unfold. And when you watch a lot of these things take place, what do you think it does to someone's psyche, or what, in terms of being a part of society as an attorney watching these things happen over time?
Well, it's disheartening. You want to see a country pull together and support each other, be patriotic. And when you see this, it feels like we're coming apart at the seams. And there's no reason that this should be happening with the violence, with the military. And it's, very sad to see that. And you don't get a sense of community that you want to see, especially when you're growing up in Los Angeles or anywhere where you see that stuff.
Yeah. And I think you make a good point. Lisa Dinsmore in the chat said, this is so sad. I don't see the point of all of these riots, because you do see them not just in Los Angeles, but you were on the air with us yesterday, and you were chatting about it for quite some time. Now we've seen some of these smaller, I guess not so violent protests, but they're taking place in other cities around the country.
There are, and they're stepping up in numbers, and they're also stepping up in their aggressiveness. I would not be surprised if what's happening in LA spreads to other cities. We also heard reports yesterday that these types of riots are beginning to happen in San Francisco. They suspect that they may happen in Chicago and New York and other cities as well.
Okay. Josh, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you always for coming in and sharing your thoughts on some of these. You're well known in the Valley and around the state, and so we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Josh Kolsrud, attorney here in the Valley.